President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has signed 54.99 trillion naira 2025 budget into law. The budget, titled Budget of Restoration, it is aimed at securing peace and rebuilding the prosperity of the country. This budget was formulated against backdrop of challenging global and domestic economic conditions, including persistent inflationary pressures, exchange rate volatilities, and fiscal constraints, building on lessons from the 2024 fiscal year. The proposed budget reflects a significant 41.9% increase from the 35.5 trillion allocated in 2024, which included an initial budget of 28.7 trillion and a supplementary budget of 6.2 trillion. Despite ambitious revenue targets in 2024, actual collection fell short due to declining oil output and persistent challenges in tax collection, underscoring the critical need for diversified and sustainable revenue stream in 2025. It is very imperative to compare and contrast the budget of 2024 to this current one of 2025. In 2024, recurrent spending dominated and constituted 70% of total expenditure, largely driven by personnel costs and debt service obligations, while capital disbursements were hampered by delays and administrative inefficiencies, with disbursement rates falling below 80%. Already, the overall proportion of capital expenditures at 30% was grossly insufficient. Its lack of full implementation in 2024 budget widened this gap between capital and recurrent expenditures. This trend reflects in the 2025 allocations, which earmarked 14.8 trillion for recurrent expenditure and 14.1 trillion naira for capital expenditure, highlighting a continued struggle to achieve a balance between immediate fiscal obligations and long-term development needs. This trend reflects in 2025 allocations, which earmarked 14.8 trillion naira for recurrent expenditure and 14.1 trillion naira for capital expenditure, highlighting a continued struggle to achieve a balance between immediate fiscal obligation and long-term development needs. This trend reflects in 2025 allocations, which earmarked 14.8 trillion naira for recurrent expenditure and 14.1 trillion naira for capital expenditure, highlighting a continued struggle to achieve a balance between immediate fiscal obligations and long-term developmental needs. Debt servicing, set at 16.3 trillion naira in 2025, represents a staggering 96.75% increase, raising the public debt to GDP ratio closer to the 40% threshold, further stressing the need for revenue diversification and prudent debt management. A breakdown of the proposed 2025 budget revealed that the defense and security sector command the largest share at 9.87%, followed by infrastructure at 8.16%. Education follows at 7.08% and health 4.99%. Notably, the 2025 budget represents a reduction in allocation to defense, education, and health compared to their shares in the approved 2023 and 2024 budgets, including the supplementary budget. For instance, defense and security declined from 12.0% in 2023 and 13.38% in 2024 to 9.87% in 2025, while education decreased from 8.21% in 2024 to 7.08%, and health dropped from 5.15% to 4.99%. In contrast, infrastructure witnessed an increase from 6.63% in 2024 to 8.16% in 2025, indicating a reallocation of fiscal priorities towards capital projects at the expense of human capital development. The shift underscores a potential imbalance in addressing critical sectors crucial to human security and inclusive growth. The development outcome for education, health, and social investment highlight critical gaps that the proposed 2025 budget must be addressed to enhance women's security. The sharp rise in the percentage of children out of school from 15.00% in 2023 to 25.60% in 2024 underscores the need for increased investment in education infrastructure, teacher training, and targeted policies such as conditional cash transfer to improve access. Similarly, the modest increase in life expectancy from 55.75 years in 2023 to 56.05 years in 2024 reflects slow progress in health outcomes, necessitating strengthening primary healthcare systems, expanded public health campaigns, and better healthcare financing. The slight rise in poverty levels from 39% in 2023 to the estimated 40% in 2024 reveals the limited impact of current social investment programs, calling for enhanced efficiency, expanded coverage, and increased funding for social protection initiatives, rebalancing sectoral priorities, improving resource utilization, and leveraging public-private partnership are essential to ensure that fiscal policies effectively reduce poverty, improve access to education and healthcare, and promote inclusive development. It is important to implement adequate measures and interventions such as those highlighted above, as the decline in 2025 budget allocation for human capital development could worsen the already weak development outcomes. These outcomes had declined significantly in 2024 despite a marginal increase in budgetary allocation during that period. In conclusion, the 2025 national budget represents a pivotal step in Nigeria's economic recovery journey, offering a comprehensive framework to address fiscal imbalance. In conclusion, the 2025 national budget represents a pivotal step in Nigeria's economic recovery journey, offering a comprehensive framework to address fiscal imbalances, stimulate growth, and improve the livelihood of its citizens. By learning from the challenges of 2024, the government should prioritize strategic investment in defense, infrastructure, education, and health to reflect a balanced approach to immediate and long-term needs to the populace. However, significant challenges remain: rising debt servicing costs, persistent revenue shortfalls, and structural inefficiency require a steadfast commitment to policy reforms and resource optimization. Achieving the ambitious revenue and economic growth targets will depend heavily on enhanced tax collection mechanism, effective implementation of the PIA, improved governance, and sustained public-private sector collaboration. As the government seeks to transition from stabilization to growth, the budget of restoration serves as a call to action for all stakeholders to collaborate in securing peace and rebuilding prosperity. While the road ahead is fraught with challenges, the 2025 budget provides a blueprint for navigating these complexities and fostering sustainability, inclusive development.